Hi Copites, welcome back to Facebook DMs Q&A. So before we get started, I just want to talk to you briefly again about the KOA Hub app. So I've updated it today. I want to thank the people that have kindly supported the channel and through Revolut. Thanks to them, I've been able to update the software, so I really appreciate them. I don't like naming people because it makes people feel guilty and stuff, but you know who you are. So thank you very much for that. So, I'm sorry, before we get started again, if you would like to check out the app, I have updated it today, like I say. I have worked hard on it. It's a really good app. I'm really proud of it. I am thinking about putting it on Google Play, so it's going to be an official app. But that'll have to wait. Like I said, I haven't got the money to do that. You've obviously got to change, because it's a web app, I've got to change it into an IPK, which is free, but it's a lot of fiddling and messing about, and then you've got to pay Google to put it on the App Store. It's £20, which doesn't sound a lot of money, but it is at this time of year, with Christmas coming up. And then if I want to put it on iOS, that's £80 a year. So the good thing about Google Play is it's £20 one-off fee. And with iOS, it's £80 a year. So I'm just going to concentrate on Android for now. But let's get started with these questions. So again, I'm just concentrating on my community first on here. And then I'll go on to my Facebook DMs. So again, these are questions from Shauno. So again, thank you, Shauno, for the questions. So question one is, what journalist to trust and not trust? So for me, it depends. Liverpool-wise, I always trust Paul Joyce. He's the closest thing to Michael Edwards and probably Richard Hughes now. And also David Ornstein, he's more towards the club, the owners, John Henry, Billy Hogan, people like that. So them two are the main ones for Liverpool. Not to trust. It's a difficult one because I only really trust Paul Joyce and David Ornstein, to be honest with you. Depending on the agents, you could trust Fabrizio Romano, in my opinion. I mean, he gets a lot of things right, but it doesn't have anything to do with Liverpool at all. Maybe to do with Federico Chiesa, you know, because they're both Italian. I believe is very close to Chiesa's agent. So as we know, or we believe, that Fabrizio Romano charges people to help the clubs. And that's why Dunk at Cop Talk calls him Rent-A-Tweet. So clubs pay Fabrizio Romano to help him, to help the clubs push the players out there. Question two, standout player so far. So for me, my player of the season so far is Dominic Szoboszlai. I think he's been fantastic. His work rate is brilliant. Even against Man City, you know, he was still trying to pull shots off. He was still trying to do stuff. So for me, it's Dominic Szoboszlai. And hopefully he'll sign a new contract in the next few months. I know that the talks are ongoing on Instagram and stuff. They're saying that the talks are really close. There's a deal in principle been agreed, but only time will tell. Question number three, disappointing player so far. So it's difficult to choose one player, Shauno. For me, there's a handful of them. I think before I mention it, I've mentioned this before, we have to take the tragic loss of Diogo Jota into consideration. But for me, Mohamed Salah is probably the most disappointing player this season. If you're asking me to pick one, I would say Mohamed Salah. Don't get me wrong, I love Mo Salah. I'm not knocking him. But but I think it's hitting really hard, the tragic loss of Diogo Jota, as I've mentioned in a previous video in me reality versus clickbait. But yeah, for me it's Mohamed Salah. And finally, question number 4. Would you welcome Trent if he wanted to come back? Yes, I would, because I don't think we're the same team without him. I think him and Salah had a very, very special connection, and I think Salah's feeling that too. Don't get me wrong, Conor Bradley, I love Conor Bradley. I think he's a grafter. You know, he'll do whatever it takes for the team. And then you've also got Frimpong. It's a shame. He's had a lot of injuries, hasn't he? Seems to have a lot of hamstring injuries, which will affect him going further down the line. He's a very, very fast player. I mean, look at Michael Owen when he was in his prime at Liverpool. I mean, even when he won the Ballon d'Or, he was playing with half a leg, half a hamstring. You know, it does stop him. I think if he doesn't get it sorted, I think it's going to ruin him as a player. I really do. So to quickly answer your question, Sean, yeah, I would. I would take Trent Alexander-Arnold back. I think we miss him. I was gutted when he left. But yeah, definitely. So that's the 4 questions from Sean. That's the end of episode 2. I will be back with episode 3 pretty soon. I'll start looking at my Facebook ones now. As you know, I've been quite busy with my app. If you haven't already, go and check it out. Go on to the major announcement video that I made. Check the comments. The link is in there. Comments. And leave me a comment on that video or on this video if you like. I want to know what you think. What can I do to improve the app? Like I say, I've updated it today. So I've put a few more links on there. I've put the LFC women links on there for the YouTube, Instagram and Facebook. I've also put links to Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein and Paul Joyce, his X accounts. But let me know what you think. I'm always up for ideas. Like I say, I've updated the software now, so I'm excited to see I'm excited to read what you've got to say, what your questions are for episode 3. That's it for now. Take it easy.